Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we've got another chainsaw electric one. This is a Mc Culloch one. Again, I don't know what's wrong with this machine. I've just been told to assess them and to find out what's wrong. So the first thing to do is to check the lead. Always check the lead to make sure you've got no cuts or abrasions, that sort of thing. As I said in other videos, over time, when you do enough of them, you do get used to the feel. You can feel a cut and abrasions. Small abrasions on the outside of the cable are not a problem. They're passable, providing they don't break through to the main inner cores. It's a bit gluey. Right. So yeah, check the cable out, obviously, and like everything, and I said it in my other videos, but of course if you're watching this video before the others, electricity kills. And it's your experience in dealing with electrical equipment, no matter what it is, 240 volts or 110 volts will kill you. Simple as. So treat it with respect, yeah? Yeah. Good. Right, okay, now let's plug this in. Right. They all seem to have different variants of brakes. So in theory now the brake is off. On this particular one, it's a press button which you have to hold in to pull the trigger. Alright, so chain is a bit loose. So I think before I go messing around starting this up, I'm going to tighten that chain up a little bit. Where's my screwdriver? Okay. So get a socket first. Help. It's going to be a 13 in it. Hopefully. Here you go. Two bolts. On this one I've actually got two, which is what normally chainsaws have. On the one the other one I did, there's a clutch problem and I only had the one. I don't think is as safe myself, but okay, well, there's a little adjustment screw. Again, they all work on the same principle, so just tighten that up. Alright with that. One thing does not feel right. Why does that feel so tight? Maybe it needs to be undone a bit more. No, it still feels tight. If you don't undo them completely, just enough to be able to do the chain up. Oh no, it's okay, it's just crap. Here we go. I mean chain, I will take the chain off, and there's something not right about this. This doesn't feel right at all. I don't think it's tightening the chain at all, in fact. No. No, that is not working at all. There's something's adrift. Okay. Something's definitely amiss. So before we fire it up, I'll take this chain bar and chain off. It feels quite sharp actually. It don't look in too bad condition, that. But I'll need to do a closer inspection of it. There's definitely something amiss. The tension is not going up and down. Now the problem is with these, sometimes the thread gets stripped, which is quite a common problem, isn't it? Doesn't look like it's stripped. Okay. Right, anyway, let's just see if it runs first. Right, so anyway, chain brake is off. Feels a bit odd. Yeah. We'll do it, plug it in. Right, okay. Power. Oh, something does not sound right. There's something wrong with the clutch mechanism on that. Okay, right. That's got to come apart. Right. Here we go. There are any other screws? That one's coming apart quite easy. Right. Let's show you the amount of crap that gets inside these. Look at this, unbelievable now. But that is the nature of the beast, as they say. So on this particular one, it's a micro switch, which goes open circuit the minute the brake is knocked off. So if the machine flips up on you, which it can happen, especially if you cut towards the end of the blade, if it flips back up on you, then the brake comes on automatically. So if you're cutting and it flips up, it shuts the brake off immediately. Also, it activates a brake on the clutch, on the drive mechanism, which feels decidedly dodgy. I'm feeling we might have a problem here. So let me find a screwdriver which is suitable. Getting these spring clips off. Okay. Oh dear, that's a write-off. This is common with this type of chainsaw. Totally strip the gears. I think, oh, I don't know if you can see that. See, that's what it's meant to be like. Absolutely strip the gear right off. Nylon gears, isn't it? Right, so that's why that's making that noise. I don't know how difficult it would be to get spares for this. Have to inquire. That's what the problem is with that. Apart from that, everything else is running fine. Okay, right. No part number, is there? Of course not. Right, what I can do, I'll speak to the guy who owns this and I'll see if I can get a model, but it doesn't look like, it's not some sort of generic thing. It's a shame because the rest of it's okay, apart from that screw, which I'm a little bit suspect about. Could be a problem with that screw as well that tightens the chain up. But yeah, that's definitely stripped to the bone, that is. Oh dear. Oh well. Yeah, that would explain. Because that should be engaged now with a motor. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh well. I'll have to speak to the guy and see what he has to say. Right, okay. This is now a week later, and in the last part of the video I did show you that this gear is completely stripped. Just bring that down a bit closer for you. It's completely torn the teeth off. And that usually happens either because the chainsaw was stalled in some way while cutting, or the micro switch didn't shut off when the brake was put on. Now I've had the micro switch out and I've had all the gubbins out. I've given it a good clean. There was a load of crap behind it which would have stopped it from switching off. So I've cleaned all the wood debris out and told the customer about it, and he managed to get hold of another one. They're not very expensive, about £6, and also got a new tensioner for the actual chain, because the threads on that had also stripped off. Giving it a good clean up. Now before I can go any further, I do have one more repair to do. It's on the actual body itself. It's got damaged somehow. It's either been dropped. You know, these chainsaws are not meant for heavy duty stuff. Not really. So they have to be treated as such. So I've got a little bit of resin here, and I'm just going to turn down the, I said to turn the brightness down a bit over the top there, I think. Right, okay, this part here was completely all cracked and broken off, but I have put it back together. I've super glued it back together again, but now I'm going to reinforce it with resin so that it won't break off again. So that's my next job. I'll just move that out of the way and get a little bit of resin on it. Get something better to do that with. Right. Okay. Let me put that around there. Give it a little bit of strength there. Also in the corner here. Because it's split down the side here as well. So yeah, I can only imagine that it's been dropped. That's what I think could happen. I'm going to let that go off while I'm putting the new gear on. Doesn't take long to go off. Does take a while to come up to full strength. It's like all these glues. They take a while to get back up to full strength. I'll just let that sit there a moment. Yeah, this is this Poundland glue resin. Excellent stuff. Well worth keeping stuff. Now, like if you go out shopping, you happen to go in Poundland, just grab some. Just grab some. Put in the drawer. You never know when you're going to need it. So I'm just going to put that out the way so that it dries off fully. Okay. Right. Well, as I say, I've cleaned all the internal parts of this now, and I've sorted out the micro switch, so that now works. So I'm going to replace the chain tensioner. So with the aid of a screwdriver, I'll do that right now. What usually happens is the chain is done up too tight, and the thread is forced, and eventually it just strips out, because these are not made out of the best materials. They're made out of fairly cheap materials, you know, to try and keep the price down, basically. So we'll just get the other bit. We'll just get the new part. Yeah, so the gear was about I think £6, something like that, on eBay, and this about £1 something. It wasn't much, considering one of these, I think it's about 70 odd quid. So I'm off, go out. So it's worth spending the money. It's worth spending the money. So we just and they can press it up. Okay. Now that decidedly looks different to that. Let's have a put this one on and see. and then we'll cut it down, because if I don't cut it down it's not going to go. Yeah, I did wonder whether it would be the right one. There's so many different ones out there, but yeah, I've got to cut that down quite a bit. Yep, it's got to come down quite a bit. That's okay. Oh, help on it. Just let me adjust this a momento. There you go. Right. I could fit that one. Right, come on, where are all my little ones? Right, okay. That's it. Right, take that off of there. Put that back in there. Put the clip back on again. So we don't lose it. That's it. Back on. This one's fully in. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, just screw that back on. Make sure I get it in a hole at the same time. Camera, that's better. Okay, right. That has to go onto the part I've repaired. Well, it will do. Once I get it on here first. And then we'll sit this in here. Okay, just bring it out a little bit. And also the brake mechanism comes on this part as well. That's it. We're in. Okay. Hope you all saw that. Move that over a little bit. And then that should screw up and down. No problem at all. Which it is. Excellent. Marvellous, that's what we like to see. Okay. Right, a new gear. Because also the oil pump is driven off this cam here. The cam here, and it goes up and down. That drives the pump, which is this bit here. Pushes it in and out like that. And all the oil comes out the top there, you can see it coming up. Okay. That's cool. It's all working good, marvellous. Right, put a bit of grease in there. Because these are like roller bearings inside here. Got roller case bearings in there. So I'll put a bit of more grease in there. And also, they say on these nylon gears you don't need grease because they're supposed to be self-lubricating. I'm sorry, but I've never believed that. I've never believed that in a million years. So, I can put some grease on there. Okay, and then slide that on there. That's it. Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah, I've one of the splits in the part of this I've had to reinforce because the chain had got loose at some point and it's cut through this, so I've reinforced it with a bit of stainless steel. So anyway, can now reassemble it like so, and put the chain bar back on along with the chain. In fact, before we do that, we'll get the chain and chain bar. Right, let's put it on there. Okay, let's fit the chain back on. And what we'll do is we'll tension it up to a degree. Like so. And then a bar has to go on. And then the cover, and then the two nuts, right, you just want to do them hand tight for the moment. Alright, so make sure it's free, which it is. Right, got to make sure that is not able to come out of the actual guide. So we'll do it up a bit. There you go. And that's how you want it. You want it so it just springs back. Don't want to over tighten it. And it should be able to run freely, which it can. Okay. And do this up. I don't need to go mad. I'm going to pinch it up, so I have to go absolutely stupid, which is what a lot of people do, and it works for blades as well. On anything that uses a blade or blades, yes, it's got to be tight, but you don't want it to go absolutely stupid. Okay, that's it, job done. One more check, make sure you can spin it right, which you can. Okay. Obviously, make sure the plug is out, obviously. It's my pliers just gone on the floor. Two. And then we'll plug it back in. And we'll give it a spin up. Okay, keep your distance because things can go wrong. Cool. That's it. Safety brake works. Excellent. Okay. It's all working good. I've got to put some more oil in it. Now, because I can't run it without oil too long because it will just damage the blade. So we'll put some oil back in there and then we'll give the outside a bit of a clean up. And then we're away. That's it. There. I'm going to run it up because we need to see a nice line of oil underneath that. Cool. Perfect. Job done. Right, let's unplug that. Check the blade one more time. Could do a little bit more adjustment. Because now it's seated a bit. So undo it a little bit. Just to chain up a little bit. Don't over tighten it, we just want to take up the slack. A touch more. That's how you want it, like that. That's fine, absolutely fine. Okay, so back up again. That's it. Give it one more run to make sure everything's good. Excellent. Okay, give it a thorough clean down and job's a good one, as they say. So we'll just get any grease off there. And yes, I have already unplugged it. The blades on that look pretty good actually. Yeah. So just get that crap from around there. Okay, right, well, if you've enjoyed this video, please give a like, and don't forget to not yet subscribed, or you are subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell, okay, and when you click on the bell, will come up 3 options. Click on the top one, and it means you'll get all notifications of any videos that I upload to YouTube. Alright, so all I can say is stay safe. Until next time, goodbye.